Budgets here, and I'm on a journey to ensure a better financial future for myself by budgeting, hybrid cash stuffing and doing savings challenges. So welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you so much for all the love, really, I suppose, in the past few weeks. It's just been really busy, and I kind of explained it in my previous video. So my weekly video wasn't a cash stuffing, it was my cash condensing, because I didn't have enough time to sit down and work out the budget, work out the money, where the cash is going, and then divide it all up and then sit down and film. And so I just put my end of the month cash condensing and count up instead. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, I'm going to sort of talk about it in this video as well. So many things are happening behind the scenes that I will probably never talk about. Everything's fine, please don't worry about it. It's just I do also like having a private life as well. That kind of just takes up a lot of time and energy, and yeah, basically my priority has to be to my real life over my YouTube stuff. I know that sounds really weird, but anyway, and just a case of I'm now driving to work a few days a week. When I drive to work, I'm driving for over an hour if the traffic's good, over 2 hours if the traffic is bad. That's one way. When I'm at work, I'm very I do different work when I'm at work. If I'm in the office, then I'm really, I'm talking, I'm doing all that kind of stuff. And then I come home. I usually come home about I'll get in about 7 or 8 o'clock at night, and then it's dinner and basically get ready for the next day. So there's no time to sit and just catch up on YouTube videos and stuff like that. Either recording them or watching them. Sometimes I just want to do really mindless things. When I'm watching people's cash stuffing videos, I like to watch the videos. When I make comments on people's videos, I like to talk about kind of what they've said in the videos to kind of show them that I have watched them, and I like to focus on them. And I feel like if I just watched everyone's videos mindlessly, I don't feel like I'll be a very good viewer. I don't know if that makes sense. Anyway, so what's happened since last week? So I thought everything was settling down. I started to watch videos. It was great. Last week, or in the past week, I've discovered that I've lost my sunglasses. Now, I bought new sunglasses in December. The last time I bought sunglasses prior to that was 9 years ago. If my prescription hasn't changed much, I don't tend to change my glasses. But in December, my prescription had gotten better again, and they were there's absolutely, it's getting ridiculous that you're not changing your glasses. Basically, you need to have stuff that is your prescription. And because I drive, and I drive quite a lot, I was okay, well, I'm gonna get some decent glasses. And then I go to Boots, and Boots had if you bought a pair of glasses, you get a pair of designer glasses. I know it sounds ridiculous. You get a pair of Boots frames for free. So I got my actual glasses that I wear every day, and then I made up my sunglasses from the Boots glasses, because then you also got half price on all the extra stuff. And I was well, this time around I'm going to get the polarizing lenses and everything, especially since the half price. Anyway, so last weekend I discovered that I'd lost my glasses. Now we've torn up the flat looking for them. I've looked all over work, and I've reported them missing at work, and I just can't find them. So I'm great. I do have my old sunglasses which I can wear. I have to wear sunglasses quite a lot because I'm really sensitive to light. As soon as there's a bit of sun, I can't see, which is really irritating. So I've got my old glasses for now. I'm umming and ahhing about replacing the new pair. It's really replacing the lost pair. Basically, it's really difficult. I don't really know what to do. Anyway, Saturday, my car went in for its MOT and service. It passed with flying colours, the MOT, and there was no recommendations on the service, which was a shock to absolutely everyone involved, including the mechanics that were looking at my car, because where I live, and probably where you live as well, we have a really bad pothole problem. As soon as you turn into one of the, not entry points, but county boundary, as soon as you turn into over the boundary, I'm never going to say what county it is and stuff like that, because privacy reasons, you're just hit with a massive pothole. It's just oh, welcome to the county, welcome home. Anyway, so I was pretty much expecting that I'd have to pay money because the potholes are so bad, and often I will see the potholes quite late. Now that I do the route so many times, I've kind of learned where the potholes are, and they're really deep potholes. They're not just a little bit of edge in the road, really deep. Or the whole road's gone and you're basically just driving really slowly and you're shaking all over the place. Like, my partner didn't realise how bad it was until we drove, like, to see my parents. We had to go through, like, town and stuff. And he was like, oh my, this is quite something. So yeah, I think they're finally starting to fix the potholes here, which is nice. But yeah, completely expecting there'll be some recommendations on the service. And yes, I do have a car emergency fund if I need to do that. And of course I would have, if they said, you need to replace tyres or something, I would have gone and done that, because I'd rather be safe, especially as I'm driving quite a lot as well. So I was riding a high over the weekend about my car passing, and there's no advisories and no nothing. Anyway, Tuesday I'm driving to work. So I drive down like dual carriageway and motorways. So I was doing the dual carriageway, great, doing roundabout. And then I see this stone out the corner of my eye. And when you just see a disaster happening in slow motion, and you're like, there's nowhere, I can't do anything like to avoid this because I'm on a roundabout. Anyway, stone hits my windscreen and there's a lovely crack. Great. Now, I've only had my car for coming up, when did I buy it? 2024, so I've nearly had it for 2 years. And of course, this is the first time I owned a car, so I'm like almost at work. So park up at work, and I was like, okay, what do I do? Blah, blah, blah. Go through the process. And I was like, I'll get it sorted at work. Because they're like, oh yeah, you can get a call out and stuff. Anyway, didn't have any available appointments to Friday, which is today when I'm filming. Then I got calls saying they didn't have any appointments till Monday. So, what does that mean? So I drove the car back home really carefully, which was not fun, and decided that I wasn't going to drive the car when I was going in on Thursday. So I got the train in on Thursday. Now, the reason I drive the car into work is because the train takes even longer and is more expensive. Great. So, yeah, I've had to get the train into work yesterday, which is more expensive. There's no direct trains, so there's a lot of changing. Then there's all the faff with buses, and it's not ideal. And I thought I was being really clever at the beginning of the month, and I topped up a massive amount of like my at-home charging credit. We live in a flat, so we have underground parking, and in that underground parking we have electric car chargers. It is like cheaper than charging on the network, like the public network. It's not as cheap as if you had a house and you had your own like charging point, but it still is cheaper and still is worth it for us. And I was like, well, I'm going to be driving, and I kind of worked out how much like charging would cost for the month with commuting and stuff. I topped that all up, and then was like, had to get the train on Thursday. So safe to say, I'm thrilled this week. So I've had to like pre-assign and spend out of travel, so we won't be stuffing travel because I've spent like the money that I would have assigned to travel. Yeah, it's just great. So I'm hoping that my car can be fixed on Monday. It's just a small little crack, but yeah, when it's the first time that you have to deal with it, it's quite scary. So I also appreciate my parents. Like, I panic messaged them like as soon as I parked up at work. I was like, I don't know what to do. How do you do this? But yeah, it's not ideal, but it is what it is. And this is why we have car emergency fund. I have specifically a car emergency fund because sod's law, just after my car goes in for an MOT and service, something happens with my car. It did it last year. Thankfully, last year it was a issue with the model car that I have. That particular model had a known issue, and Vauxhall were able to fix it, and they covered the cost of it as well. But that was that last year's drama. This year's drama is there's a stone that hit my windscreen, but there was nothing I could do without like being super dangerous, and I wasn't going to do that on a roundabout. So yeah, thrilled. Absolutely thrilled. So I hope you've all had a better week. It's starting to feel like spring this week. I know it is meteorological spring, which has been nice. I've been like, it's that weather where you're not quite sure what to wear. So I've been trying out the different like jackets that I have to see what works. And of course the days where I wear lighter jackets are much colder and the days that I wear my heavier, like big heavy coat, it's much warmer. But yeah, it's nice to see that it's getting a bit sunnier, it's lighter longer, all that good stuff. So how's everyone? Hope you had a lovely week. Hope you had a slightly better week than me. But it will all sort itself out. So today we're going to be cash stuffing for week 1 of March. I debated doing week 1 and 2, but I think we're just going to do week 1. I have already spent money. Like I said, I've spent money at travel. We're not cash stuffing travel. I've also spent money. I got my eyebrows done, which I do every 6 weeks. I was going to like put all that money in immediately, but I've already spent it, so we're putting less into that as well. So we should be cash stuffing £665 today. So this is a mixture of placeholders and actual cash. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 55, 20, 40, 50, 65. So we've got 565. I'm going to get a calculator and do this way because otherwise I'm losing my mind. 565 plus 5 coins. And then we've got 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75, 80, 85. That doesn't seem right. Let me just check that I've got all the money out that I thought I did, because I counted this a minute ago and it was the right amount, and I haven't got all the money out. 90, 95. Boom. I've also realised I haven't got my Sharpies out. You know, it's been too long since we've done a cash stuffing, so of course I just completely lose the ability to do it. So just grab a collection of Sharpies, and then I've got my dice up here. So we've got 95, so cash stuffing a total of £665 today. So let me organise that cash, and I pretty much expect to hear my washing machine finish in the next few minutes, because it's just one of those days where you're just trying to catch up on everything, and we're doing our bed sheets. So our bed sheets take kind of a day or so to do because they're king size sheets, and we don't have anywhere. One, we don't have anywhere to put all the sheets up, and two, we don't have multiple clothes horses to put the sheets on. Can't put them outside because we live on the 4th floor and it is really windy. So yeah. So if I have to run and sort that out, I will run and sort that out. So first of all, I mentioned this in my previous video, I've stopped doing Tiny Tuesdays. I just feel like they're not good videos. I feel like it's a lot more work to make sure that I have separate videos, if that makes sense. So I edit one video, then upload it, then I edit another video, and then upload it. And that time could be better spent watching other people's videos and stuff like that. So we're going to do minis at the beginning of each cash stuffing video. So it's the same as before. This money comes from, I round up all my own spending money. So me and my partner split our groceries, our household, and our annual bills, and we split that. But anything else that I spend money on, for example, the other day my eyebrows cost £11. I round that up to £15, so I record that as £15. And I put £4 into a pot on Zopa called Roundup, and then I use that money for this kind of thing. And also if I get any side hustle money that's less than a £5, I put that money in there as well. And the aim of this is just to do lots of mini challenges, smaller challenges with smaller amounts, to show that even though you're only putting aside maybe £1 or £2, it still builds, and it's still an incredible habit to build. So we've got £5 this week. It was going to be more, but I don't actually have enough of these coins, so you know that's what we're going to have to do. So challenge 4 is my summer savings challenge. I could be really cheeky and put the entire, let's do that. I'm going to put the entire £5 in because I already feel like this video is going to be long enough. And then what I might do is condense that so I can release those coins. I don't know if that makes sense at another point. So that's £5 in my summer challenge. That was quick. That was nice and easy. I just think because it's week 1 of the budget that it's just going to take a lot longer to sort everything out. So the first binder we're going to go into is my everyday binder. This is for things like groceries, household, eating out, the stuff that we need to kind of dip into every week, more or less. So personal spending, we do have some rollover money for that. This is where all the coins are basically. So we have rollover money from personal spending. Didn't spend any money. That money is going to go into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I put 8 of these in here, 1, 2, 3. Actually, you know what I do? let me get my coin exchange thing. So if I take 2 out, and there's my washing machine. By the power of editing, I will sort that out. So that's the drying put on. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If I take that 10 out, put that 10 in back into the coin exchange. So we have more coins to do more games with next week. Let's be cheeky. Take that 10, replace it 2 5s, so put an extra £2 in there. I don't know. The 2026 challenge is going to have more money, I think. No, I'm going to take those 2 out as well. No. We're just going to put whatever extra coinage into that challenge. That's fine. 5 of Friday, we're going to play with that £5. So we're going to cross off the 27th of Feb. So we are actually like a week behind with the challenges. We might try and catch up some of them today. So, no. And then have I got 2 5s in here that I can exchange? No. Of course. We'll just make it work. We'll make it work. Right. So, each week I assign myself some personal spending money. I assign myself £15, but we're going to play a game. So the game we play is this 2026 challenge from the Housewives Budget. I got this as part of the advent calendar. We are a week behind, so this is a scratch off for every Monday. So we're almost 2 Mondays behind, but that's okay. We'll catch up. So we're going to scratch off 5, put £5 in there. Do we want to scratch? Do we want to risk this Monday? Do I want to risk it? Yeah, risk it, and then if we can't... Oh, that's fine. What we're going to do is we're going to round that up to... Let's get the Hoover. I'm going to round that up to £15, put £15 in there. We're caught up, and do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to grab those 2 5s and put in that 10. Excellent. Right, we're back. We can do this. So, nothing's going in personal spending. We're going to come back to that binder later, and that's fine. Nothing really I need next week, and just be a great little challenge as well. Groceries. We had money left in groceries. We had about £40 left over from groceries. So what we're going to do for groceries, we're just going to top up to £4.50, which just seems like a ridiculous amount for groceries. We are like really challenging ourselves this month to really reduce our grocery budget, just because it's just getting out of control. So now in groceries we have 100, 2, 3, 4, 20, 40, 50. And we'll see how that goes. But yeah, like last week's grocery shop was much cheaper, and then this week's grocery shop is also looking to be a lot cheaper as well, which I'm really proud about. Car. This is one of our new everyday envelopes. Because I'm driving a lot more, I thought it was great to have a weekly car envelope. I thought it'd be intelligent to top up my at-home charging account with the amount that I've calculated for the month of like how much it's going to cost just for commuting to work. This is based off January and February, which are much colder months. It is starting to warm up, so I drive an electric car. Oh, you've probably said that many times. And also the charging kind of gives it away. When it's a lot colder, the battery drains a lot quicker, so I'm having to spend more on charging. It is starting to warm up now, so it shouldn't need as much, or shouldn't drain as much, so it doesn't need to be charged as much. I do have to charge it every time I drive to and from work at the moment, but it is what it is. And then I also have to pay for parking at work, so I did top up with what I thought I would need in this. And then the rest is for like parking. So we're going to put £40 into car. We have like saved money in this pot by taking the train this week. So we'll see what we have at the end. But yeah, I've just like kind of guessed how much it cost. That includes the round-up money. So actually it doesn't cost like £5 to park at work. It costs £3 to park at work. But that gets rounded up when I do my round-up things. It's strange, but it is what it is. Eating out. Oh, like I said in my last video, I was so excited because eating out had £20 left in it. And then we went to visit my parents now like 2 weeks ago, and I turned my car on and it had not enough charge on it. So I normally charge my car the night, like as soon as I get home from work, I plug it in. The way ours works is we have to like confirm the charge on the app. You have about 15 minutes to do so, but there's no signal in the underground car park, so you have to like come all the way up and then confirm it. For some reason that like a couple of Thursdays ago I probably didn't do it and then realised, and I didn't know if it was enough time, but it said it confirmed charge, so I was like, I assumed it was fine. Should have gone down to check the car, didn't. Turned the car on, didn't have enough charge, so we had to charge at a public charger. We could have charged at home, but it would have set us back a couple of hours, whereas a public charger charges a lot quicker, but it's more expensive. We had talked about taking it out of groceries, but I decided as it was my little mess up, I would take it out of eating out, which was a sort of lower priority envelope basically. So the whole £50 is going to go into eating out today, and that is to last for the month. I'm really proud that we've reduced our eating out massively over like the past year. This is mostly now in case friends say, oh, do you want to go out? We only go out to eat now if we're seeing friends, or like we're grabbing a drink with friends, and if it's like mainly to grab a drink, we try and eat at home. Yeah, so that's what that is. I'm really proud that we've managed to reduce that as well. That's something I'm really proud of. Household is also going to get 50. Yeah, I mean, I feel like every time I'm like, oh, 50 is a large amount for household, but then like there'll be things like, there's always a big thing that you have to get. So like the big thing that we had to get for household this time was hay fever tablets, because my hay fever, I have tree pollen allergies, which I kind of always forget that it starts like at the end of February, and I'm like, why do I feel like I can't breathe properly? And it's like, oh, because I'm allergic to trees at this time. It's just really annoying because it catches me off guard now. The hay fever tablets that I get, I used to get them on prescription, but now you can get them over the counter, and I'm also really relieved now to see that Boots have their own brand. It's exactly the same medication, but it's just much cheaper, which is really nice. So yeah, that is it for that binder. The next binder is my annuals binder. So for this is for things like annual bills, all the car annuals stuff, all that good stuff basically. Oh, we're going to have to do a dashboard change soon. So annual bills is going to get £20. Annual bills is for stuff like TV license, car insurance, contents insurance. We also include our water bills in this, even though we pay it like twice a year. And then all the other like good stuff like our toilet roll subscription in that as well. So we've got 100, 200, 300, 450, 70, 90, 5, 10. Oh, it's a shame we couldn't condense that, but we're really good to condense that at the end of this month. Car annuals is going to get 25. So car annuals, oh, let's sort this out. Okay. I've kind of like lost track with the tracker because like my car annuals comes out like I have like distinct points in the year where I need to pay for car stuff. So it's like the MOT insurance, service, which are kind of put together because you get a discount, and then like the car tax all comes out around like the end of February, March, and then my insurance comes out May. So yeah, car annuals has got 100, 250, 60, 80, 3, 35, 310. Can I change those 2 5s for a 10? Yes, I can. And that is it for car annuals. And Christmas we do in a separate video, in a separate binder. Next is my variable sinking fund. So this is the stuff we don't necessarily need to budget for every week or every month, but I try and put some money in every month, unless I've already spent it. like the, what do you call it? Travel. So health is getting 10 this week. So health has 30. I had to order some medication, which costs about 30 quid, but that's it sorted for 6 months. Car. So I do have a car variable sinking fund, and I decided, especially after a couple of weeks ago when I had to charge on the public charger, it'd just be great to have a separate sinking fund that I put money aside into as well for charging on the public network. So it's not necessarily things that we're going to have to do every month, but like it's just good to have just in case. And then of course if we have to pay any parking, car parking, then we can do that as well. Travel's not getting anything. Gifts is going to get 5. So gifts has 20, 30, 35, 40. And then self-care, I had set aside £20. I've already spent 15 of that, so self-care is going to get 5. So it's got 15 in it, and that is enough for my next eyebrow appointment in 6 weeks. It's like getting my eyebrows done is like the one thing that I like do. I don't worry about haircuts, I don't worry about nails, but like my eyebrows, it's just something I just feel so good about getting it done personally. I mean, you don't have to get anything done, but for me, my eyebrows are so important because I've got quite, my hair's quite thick, so my eyebrows look really weird when my hair's quite, and I just feel, personally, I just feel really empowered when I get them done. I don't know why, but yeah. Alright, back to the, what's this called? Saving Challenge binder. We should have £20 left, which we do. Right, let's catch up on Fiver Friday. So, Fiver Friday is getting £5. Boom. And yeah, now we're all sorted. And then we're going to do monthly rainbow roll, colour and save. So let's get the binder flip thing. So this is from Rainbow Budgets and Plans. I got this as part of the advent calendar. We are ahead, we're working on May, but I don't particularly care. If we finish this before the end of the year, that's great, we can get some new challenges out. I kind of assigned £5 to this, and then we roll a coloured dice, but then obviously we cheat a little bit as well if we need to make it up to the £5. So orange. Orange is 2. So yeah, I've got more challenges this year which I quite like, but there are also a lot of them are like smaller denominations, and I'm not like stressing too much about making sure that they're all done, if that makes sense. Like we've got one challenge that we're working on that I think we're not behind, but like we do need to do a shift on with it now because we will get behind. But yeah, just really liking lots of different challenges. We've got some of the annual challenge. Actually, we've got a lot of annual challenges to be fair. The minis, I really enjoy the minis. They're just like quick wins, which is really nice. And yeah, we've got some longer things as well. I think having like a nice mix is really good, really helpful. Orange again. So we're gonna have to do 1. So we finished May. May's a nice short month. So I think we've got the winter, the autumn and winter months. I think are going to take a while for us to get through. So it's good for making progress. And again, I quite like the ones where you just assign what you want to them as well. So yeah, we finished May. I'll sort that out off camera, and then we need to do a 1. June, let's do red. So we're almost halfway through this challenge. I'm alternating between colouring in like the letters and then colouring in the like stripes. Terrible colouring, I'm afraid, but it is what it is. So that is monthly roll, colour and save. And then finally we're going to go into my own annual challenge. You probably heard this from me enough times, but if you want to get this challenge, the dashboard and all the smaller challenges, the monthly challenges, you can do so on my Ko-fi shop and you can get it for free. So we're working on March. So I'm going to leave, got 20. I'm going to leave that half. We're going to put 10 in today. we're going to colour in one of these 10s. The problem is, what I've done is I've done it where I've like coloured everything in the same colour, so I feel like I have to carry on doing everything in blue. But yeah, we should be able to finish March and then make a start on April before the end of March, if that makes sense. So £10 is going to go into this challenge. Get in. Right. And then that is it. So that is it for March week 1 cash stuffing. I'm sorry this is a bit of a longer video. We do tend to cash stuff a lot in the first week or so of the month. I will go in, and if there's like multiple 5s, I will cash condense that so that we have more £5 notes in circulation in the budget. That's just something I do. But any of the bigger cash stuffing from like cash to placeholders is always done at the end of the month. Anyway, thank you so much for getting to the end of the video. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate all your support and all your what's the word? Grace, patience. Patience is the word I'm looking for. Yeah, things are starting to calm down a bit. I know I keep saying that every week, but things are starting to calm down and I feel like I'm, back in control and can do more and watch your videos and everything. So yeah, have an absolutely lovely week, or rest of your weekend. Have an absolutely lovely week, and I'll see you next week for March week 2. Bye.